So we're back with the Day on the Road series. So we're with Mo. So Mo, thank you for inviting us out today. So we're really happy to do this. So for anyone who hasn't watched this before, we're going to start the day, which is 7:30 in Leafy, eastern suburbs of Melbourne.
Yep.
And we'll go with you the whole day to see what you do.
The whole day. We have many jobs today. We have gardens to look after. We have mowing as well. And yeah, we're going to go through some new gardens and some old gardens that I have looked after from scratch. I'll see how it goes.
It's a great day, so we're very lucky with Melbourne. And before we go as well, I just want to actually point to that garden over there as well you look after. So you look after a really pristine property over there. But that's just an example of the handiwork you do. So we're looking forward to seeing what you do today.
We will see. So yeah, if you wanna have a brief about this garden was actually, this house has been sold for these tenants, and it was like had no grass, like zero grass. Hedges was actually almost dead, and there was a lot of dead trees on the sides. We have cleaned them up, and we put a new lawn, and we actually did some more on with the hedges, fertilizing them, and do some other work.
Awesome.
Yep.
So let's get to it. So Mo, well, let's start with first. Well, how did you come to Jim's Mowing? What were you doing prior?
So I used to work as a lawyer for 7 years before I moved to Australia. And I was working for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs as well. Mm-hmm. And after I decided to move to Australia, I had to find something else because, like, I just wanted to start something and make a career shift. So I have started 2 years Masters of Business Information Management and Systems. I finished my Masters and I worked as a business system analyst for a while, but I thought at the end, it's not gonna be for me. I like to do some physical stuff.
Yeah.
And I hate sitting on the desk for a long time. So I've decided that I will be doing something physical. So this day I was talking with my wife, and she told me that one of her best friends, her husband has started a Jim's Mowing franchise. Mm-hmm. And that's gonna be a good opportunity for me. I wasn't very sure. I like gardening, but I wasn't very sure if it's gonna be like because I don't have like a huge experience about gardening. I like not as certified the horticulture or anything, but she told me that it's gonna be fun. So we have met him. His name is Adam Walsh. He's another franchisee, and we had a meeting with him. Adam actually was really nice, and he started talking about gyms and the chances that we can get and the opportunity of starting a new business and building it from scratch. It was like really good. So I kept searching which one I can talk to so he can give me a further information. So I was actually sitting this day, and I got this ad on Instagram if I want to start a new Jim's Mowing franchise. So I called them, and it was this one. So I called this, hey Des, how are you? We started talking about it, and we first met after that. And since then, the things was actually good. He made the things easy for me, and this is what I'm talking about. The franchisor is very, very important. Actually, he was the one makes me love it from scratch, from day one. He was making everything easy for me. I didn't had even to look or search for anything. He was giving me all the numbers or the supplier, other franchisees list to contact and to ask them if I have any questions, have more experience. He took me with him in a day to try and see how it goes. So it was actually a good start for me.
So you talk about Des. So Des is a franchisor. So for people that don't know, he's like the area manager or runs the region. And yeah, Des is really enthusiastic. So he's a really good franchisor as well, because he's got all the expert horticulture background. He's been around for 20 plus years, so it's a good start with Des when you come as your franchisor.
I was very lucky actually. Yeah. Like this, he has an energy like beyond anything else I haven't seen in my life. Even John as well. Like I was like, if to go from Des to John, and both of them have really enthusiasm. That like they're very interesting in gyms. They are representing it very well. Both of them have a huge knowledge and a huge experience about it. And like when you go from Des, who has a lot of energy, to John, who has unbelievable amount of energy, I was like really lucky. I used to call Des 2 or 3 times a day, asking him questions about things that I don't know, asking him about opinions about stuff. And even John now, I'm calling him, like, I don't remember that there is any day that I haven't called him except my holiday. So
Oh, really?
yeah. So we always talk, and the good thing about John that he likes talking about the stuff. Like if there is something and you have a question about it, he will be very happy to answer and discuss it. Actually, he's interested. He's very interesting in gyms and in gardens and building the business. He's really good with building business. He's gonna keep giving you advice how to start the things.
So you're in Jim's jobs now, aren't you? Yep.
Yeah, so
nice.
Now normally I organize all my customer for the week, so I know what I'm gonna do if I have some extra time to allocate more jobs. So now I have the list of today. I have like 4 gardens and 3 mowing. Normally when I go for them, so we're gonna start with Andrew first. When I go, it has everything. If I want to message him, if I want to call him, I have the address. Start straight away, easy as we go, we finish, and straight away. Normally I don't spend much time at night trying to invoicing and do the thing. So all what I do after I finish the job, done, invoice, send an MS for him with the invoice and another email, waiting for him to pay.
Yeah, you like using the app?
I like the app.
Yeah.
It has everything actually in the same page. Like if you have one customer, you have everything in the same page. Like the name, if you want to check the details, normally I will insert some information and notes about the job if there is something special need to be done.
Yeah.
I will add it in the page here. Otherwise, it's going to be the normal page, which is going to be texting. If you're going to be late for 10-15 minutes, what you're going to do, you're going to check him straight away and message that you're going to be late. Hey Gabe, hello. How are you? So yeah, so it's actually making it easy for me, and
that's good because Jim's jobs, for those who don't know, is Jim's custom work software. So like a Traderfire, service mate, that sort of thing. And he's in. I think August is when the newer. I think they're releasing another one or whatever it's going to be. But
the app is working well actually. The only thing that sometimes of the day, especially at the end of the day, like maybe 5 or 6 o'clock, when everyone's trying to
log on to
invoice and everything, it gets a little bit slow. But yeah, you can adjust it. That's why I just love to send them invoices straight away without drama.
Yeah. So you're working 5 days a week, at the moment, or 6, or what's your typical?
So in a normal week, I would be working 5 days from 7 o'clock. I'll pick up Gabe at 7 o'clock. We start a little bit later today.
Yep.
But normally we start 7 o'clock. We finish around 5:30 if we are lucky. Yesterday we have, like for example, yesterday we had a very busy day, so we had to finish a little bit late. And the other weeks I work 6 days. Because Saturdays I have kindergartens to look after, and normally they would like someone to work on Saturday to be away from the kids.
So how did you get so busy? Was it just leads purely? Was it yourself doing good work or referrals, or how did you get so busy?
So I got 75% of my regular through gyms, and the other 25s are referrals or pickups or things like that.
Yeah, nice.
So I have a good base now of regular customers. I have around somewhere between 100 to 110 that I made it in 10 months. I have around somewhere between 40 to 50 casuals. And when I talk about casuals, people that I'm doing a service for them every 2 to 3 months. And and I get a lot of referrals from my customers. Normally we do a good job for them, so looking after them, and after service as well, I call and check if they have any problem with the work, so we can go and fix it up later for them. But normally 99% of the time, everything's going around.
And what was that first week like for those who haven't heard the story yet? How'd you go on your first week?
Oh yes, so I started. My first day was the 15th of March last year, which 2022. I woke up very early, 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I was very excited to start. I bought my clothes on, and I don't know what I was expecting at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, who was gonna call me for a job, but I was really excited to start. I kept looking at my regular customer, trying to set an emails and phone calls to organize everything for them. but I was a little bit stressed because there was a lot of stuff that need to be paid by the end of the month, and I wanted to have some money in my bank account. I was doing the organizing the regulars, and I received this message for unserviced lead, and called the call center, can you please send this lead? And they sent it to me straight away, and contacted the customer, booked him for a quote in the same day. I think it was after 1 hour or 1.5 hours, and went to meet him. And when first I arrived to the job, I didn't know what to do. It was abandoned like garden for a long time. A lot of trees need to be trimmed, very high trees, very high grass, like you can imagine a lawn for after 5 years that hasn't been mowed. And this is including the natural strip. I don't know how even the council allowed them to do that, but it was like really something that I have never seen before. And for me as a first job, you can imagine that how hard it is. I could like, okay, I lost $16 of the lead fee. I can do anything with this, but I do want to feel like I'm not a professional with this. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go discuss this with him and see how it goes after that. And I gave him a big quote actually, and this time it was like around $7,500 plus the GST. And he was like, when can you start? Okay, this is not what I was expecting, man. You know, I was expecting to be kicked out from the house after this big quote. So, and he gave me actually the feel that he needs this to be done. And the other thing with this one, that I didn't have all my tools on, because I just bought the basic stuff when I first started. Didn't have enough money to buy all the tools, so I didn't know what to do, because I need a chainsaw and I need other tools to start, and I have a lot of stuff that still need to be bought. So I thought that I'm gonna ask him for a deposit for this big job, as it's like $7,000 or $8,000 job, including the GST. So he told me, okay, I'm gonna send you a deposit, and he sent me like half of the money, I reckon. And the first place I went to after we finished the quote, it was the mowing shop, and I got the tools, and we started the job the next day. It took us around 2 days, more than 16 hours of work for 3 people. I got from there 10-foot trailers of a green waste, trees and plants and grass and everything, and this was the start. So it was actually very good for me. This money helped me a lot, makes me feel safe, feel like no stress, and I got a lot of. In the first month of my business, I have my first bill that they sent it to me. He sent me 111 leads in the first month.
Jeez.
So I received 111 leads the first month, and this was all by myself. Like I didn't have anyone to help me, just the first job, and the rest was by myself. And all 111 leads in the first month of the business, which was like a great help.
Yeah.
I got all the money that I need to pay, and I did my rent, I did the stuff, so it was a very great help. And the first month, when I'm telling you that I got 111 leads, from this 111 leads, I got at least 100 to 105 of them that I did. Like I won leads that I didn't lose them. So I lost maybe, let's say 10 out of 110. That's less than 7% of your leads. Like in converting rate 93%. For this amount, it's amazing. You know what I mean? So it was actually more than I was expecting.
With your job runs, is it something where you keep a particular type of job on one day, or you have different variety each day, or how do you organise your week?
So normally Monday and Tuesday is the big mowing jobs. So like the house or the garden that has a big area of mowing. So we put 10 of these or 11 of these on Monday and Tuesday. So it needs a lot of energy to be done. So me and Gabe, I'm on the whipper snipper and plower, Gabe on the mower, and we do it quickly, and we finish at 5 o'clock or something like that. And the rest of the week, most probably Thursday and Friday, is for gardens. So when it comes to gardens, I have like 3 gardens I'm gonna show it to you today. So when it comes to garden, people just call me Mo. We need a peace of mind. We need to pay a monthly fees, and you're gonna come and look after everything, the weeding, the trees, the trimming, the hedges and everything, and they want to have a peace of mind. And this is when you build a good relationship with customers. Customer gives you the access code for their house, giving you all the chance to do whatever you want. They don't ask you, just want their garden to be clean and nice. That's it.
Yeah.
So this is how you build a good relationship with them.
How did you develop those gardening skills? Because it's some really nice gardens in this area in Melbourne. So, and people are pretty particular and pretty, be pretty strict with their gardening. So how did you go about those skills and getting to the standard you need?
So I didn't have a lot of knowledge when I started. I was just having the basic knowledge to start, and I didn't involve myself in too many jobs that I can do and things, or involve myself in a question that I can't answer. So I used to read about the things that I don't know. So I go and I look at the job. So I have this application with me, which is scanning all type of plants. This is give you information about the plants and how to look after them, what time of the years need to be pruned and everything. So step by step, after 2 or 3 months, I start getting to know, like, let's say 80% of the plants, having the chance to know how can I look after them, how I fertilize them, how I give them a pruning, which day, which month of the year, and things like that. So after a while, when I keep going to this garden, there is a common traits or common plants that you're gonna find in every garden. English boxes, you're gonna find the same kind of roses in most of some suburbs, like, that. So you're getting to know them, you gotta know how to look after them. The customer asking you about a question you don't know, just tell them, I have no idea about this, to be honest, but I'm gonna look and I'll give you the answer, or I keep looking until I help them. Most of them, they're gonna respect this. If you say, look, I don't have experience particularly with this, but I can help by searching for it, and they're gonna respect this. And I was very lucky, like 90% of my customers was giving me the chance to investigate more about the plants and to do some more work in their garden. And absolutely now they're trusting. This guy, we're going the second job after we're going. This is for Shirley and Peter. Most of the time they don't ask me anything, so I just go do the job, finish the roses, pruning for them. All what I do, I just call them, hey Peter, here Shirley, whatever, or even I meet them in there. We need to do this week, next month, or whatever. Mo, don't tell us again, just do whatever you want. So this type of trust, you're gonna have it when people start respecting you and know that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I think it's good that you're honest up front and you tell them, and then most people are willing to give you a go, and that's how you got to learn.
It's very, very easy. It's very forward, to be honest, Joel. It's just about the trust. And when people trust you, they're gonna give you the chance to do everything.
I was also going to say, for your skills though, as a gardener, like you just being able to take on that variety of work, because I know there would be some people who might just want to do mows and that's it, like, right? But you're doing you challenge yourself and you're trying to learn new things and stuff, and it's obviously makes for a lot better business. I
don't know if you know the saying. There's a saying in Egypt: you're not gonna learn how to swim until you're drowning. so yeah, it's you need to try the new things. If you feel the stress to try something new or to go through something that you haven't been through, you will never do anything in your life. So this is what I believe in.
Many a kid knows how to swim here is their dad or their parent. They probably shouldn't be doing it anymore, but they just chuck them in the pool and go sink or swim. So we did a video with you. I think it was one with you and Jim were talking about making more money than a lawyer, and it was quite funny to see some of the reactions online with people. So from a financial point of view, how's it been for you?
So let's say, as I say, I can guarantee, at least for myself, I'm not talking about everyone because everyone has a different scenario in his business. But for me, I'm doing more cleanups and more work, so I'm getting more money out of it. So I'm doing big jobs and things like that. So for some other, I think for me, I guarantee that I can do more than a lawyer, and I'm actually doing more than some lawyers. But it needs worse. The financial situation with me is very good. I have paid all my debts, and I have, as I told you, I have bought my new car. And when you talk about money, after a while, you will be able to do like 5 to 6 grand a week.
Wow.
Yeah. After a while.
So when you say 5 to 6 grand a week, that's total revenue? That's sales total?
Yeah, total revenue.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's gonna be still some expenses for salaries and
salary, tax, and obviously it's for GST. You got to put stuff aside and some fuel and stuff like that.
And tax,
but it's still a very good
take home pay. It's a great income. So I'm just saying this is the average. Sometimes you do up, sometimes you do a little bit less, but yeah, it depends the time of the year and how many hours you're gonna do. So we're gonna start here, and this is our first job actually.
Now this one we can't film?
No, we can't.
All right.
Okay, so for this job we're gonna do some mowing gate.
Yeah. What's this first one?
Yeah, so normally for this job we just we look after the whole thing. We do the mowing, hedging. If we need to do some tree cutting, we do as well. Pruning. If everything is ready today, we're just doing some mowing, a little bit of hedging, and some cleaning for the leaves, and we're done for this.
All right, we can't film this one, so we'll leave you to it. What gear are you running, Mo, and why do you run this gear?
So I used to use a Stella, the fuel one. But I have started to change it to be a battery one, so I'm using Ego right now, blowers, and the whippersnipper so far as a trial for them, and check if it's gonna be like running for the whole day, you know. So far it's so good actually. It's giving me the whippersnipper is giving me more power than the fuel one that we used to use. The blower is something beyond imagination, man. Like. As we really use. Did you get the blower? Okay. So the blower that we're using right now is a commercial one, and this one is the strongest one in the market, the most powerful one, which is really great, helping us a lot. The only thing it's about the batteries, so you need to get a good set of batteries, like you get 6 to 8 batteries to be able to go through the day. We're getting more right now, so this is one of the strongest one in the market, to be honest, the most powerful. And it's easy to use, so you don't have to keep pulling up and down just to start it. It's just pretty easy here, and you start it, and it has the turbo plus. The turbo, when you use the turbo as well, it gives you the same power as a commercial backpack blower, so it gives you the whole power. It's really powerful. Even the whippersnipper is really powerful as well, and you can just use the attachment, and when you add it to them, you can use it for hedging, chainsaw, you have extensions. So it's pretty good so far for me. I really like it, even Gabe like it as well. So, and now I'm going to the next one, which is Lesteric, sorry, not balaclava. And just put this address straight away. You don't have to search for anything, just
nice.
Go straight away to the application. They're gonna take you to the address, and 7 minutes we're gonna be there. So the garden we're growing right now is it's one of my favorite gardens, if it's not the favorite one for me.
Why is it your favorite one?
It has a variety of plants. It has been well organized. The owners of this house, Shirley and Peter, are really fascinated about their garden. They love it so much. They are a bit old, but they are still doing some work with their hand over there because they love it. And so when I first received this this lead, I've been and quote her, and the guys that used to do this garden has been they were not giving the best service for them. They were just trying to charge them per hour and working slow, and it was taking longer time, which was a little bit ridiculous. And now we just charge them every 2 weeks, so she need her garden to be looked after every 2 weeks. And we go every 2 weeks, we do the mowing and hedging, and every 2 to 3 months we do some other stuff, pruning, hedging, weeding, high pressure washing for the driveway, and things like that. Normally it's better to charge per job. This is more convenient for me. And whenever the customer asks me what's your hourly rate, I don't, sorry, we don't do hourly rate, because if I'm slow, I'm gonna cost you a fortune.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to say, because we get that all the time. I get it on social media all the time. Can you just give me a quote over over social media? It's definitely can't. But as you said, it's better for the customer as well.
It's way better for them, to be honest. Because look, not everyone's the same like each other. Some people is gonna be coming and do the job properly and fast, and consider the customer as well, and some people are just gonna use it to get more money from the customer. And this area has a lot of good gardens as well. Leicester, it's all on old houses that's well established, and they have a lot of good.
A lot of hedges and a lot of plants.
A lot of hedges, mate. A lot of hedges. If you know how to do a hedge in this area, especially in Caulfield and Leicester, Balaclava, if you know how to do a good hedges and maintain a long one or high one, you're gonna get a lot of jobs around this area. I got my first hedge in Caulfield, which was in April last year, and I did a good job with it. And since then, this guy's sending me another customer maybe every month or every 6 weeks.
Really?
To go and do, yeah.
And with hedging, how did you get good at hedging, or what was the process for you?
I'll tell you, the first hedge I got was 5 meters long. It was 5 meters, and it was like very hard for me to go through it. I don't know how long it's gonna take me, and I didn't know how much I should give a quote. But when I thought about it, I need to learn something. So if it's taking me, for example, if I charge them $400-500 for this big hedge, and it's taking me 7 hours or 6 hours to make it well maintained and everything. It might be a little bit loose at the beginning, but it doesn't matter because you're learning something and giving a good hedge. This hedge now, so the first time it took me around 6 hours or 6 hours and a half. The times after was taking me 1.5 hours. So this is a win-win game. So when you give more hours or you lose a little bit at the beginning, it's not gonna be the end of the work, but you're still learning, you know what I mean? And it's still a good income when you work for 7-8 hours and you get $400 or $450, including the GST. It's still amazing. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Let's go. Look at this. The last time the grass was getting a little bit yellow just because of the heat. We had done some fertilizing for it. Look, it's growing very nice. It's gonna be you're gonna be watching this after mowing and edging. It's gonna be perfect one.
And the plants as well. Do you do much with the plants, or what do you do with the plants?
So mostly these plants we haven't been pruning it for maybe around 4 months right now.
Yeah.
She wanna keep it to get a little bit. This one to be a little bit bigger, and the last one we wanna make thicker. So we're giving him more time, and after that we're gonna hedge him, making like a ball shape. We do weeding here all the time. Most of the plants has been trimmed like 3 or 4 months ago. We keep it a little bit settled down, and after that we're gonna do it I think the end of next month.
Yeah,
nice. We're gonna do like another big job. We did a big job like 4 or 6 weeks ago, and we're gonna be doing some pruning, some for the trees, pruning the plants here and the roses as well. It's gonna be amazing.
Beautiful workspace.
It's a beautiful. I even look at this driveway. This driveway was absolutely black when we first. So I do high pressure washing on the side as well. This one was absolutely black, and it took us like around 10 hours to get cleaning this one in the back.
Really?
And just
10 hours, bloody hell.
Yeah, it was absolutely dark. Like in the same. Can you see even this edge here?
Yeah.
So this one was the same color like this one and this one.
Ah.
So this black color.
Right. That's a beautiful place.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with the back first. We're gonna do some whippersnipping and plowing for the leaves. Then we're gonna get everything in front and do the edges.
No worries.
This is what I was telling you about. It's the one that we made a little bit clean up the last time. This has been all cleaned. There was a lot of some weeds growing in the back and front. And it's looking nice, is it?
A beautiful property, yeah. How's this from going from a law office mode to this is your now office, your office is now?
Yeah, that's my office.
Yeah.
It's actually an office. Yeah. Even if you look in the back, they still have a lot of, if you're gonna come in this way, we're gonna still make some cleaning with the leaves and everything. This is actually a pathway to go around, and we haven't even discovered that there was a pathway until we start cleaning.
Yeah.
It was full of leaves here, and it was absolutely a mess. I cleaned everything here. We got 1.5 full trailer of leaves and branches from this area only.
thing that people don't understand with your job now, you've been a lawyer before, you've been in an office in that sort of environment, now you go to this.
Yeah.
It's just the mental like relief, and I guess the overall more happy. I imagine working in this all day, like it's far happier for you.
It's way happy. When you look at the green anyway, it makes me more comfortable. And when you look at I don't know, when I look at the garden, it makes me feel better. Instead of just sitting in front of my laptop the whole day, just trying to, it's like a lot of troubles every day. I like this, man. I like this. I'm so happy every day. I have never been in my life excited to wake up every morning as I'm excited now to wake up every day to go and do some gardening job.
My dear wife is a keen gardener.
Yeah.
And she's always been looking after it, but unfortunately she's getting older and older, and her joints are not as good as they used to be. So we have to have somebody helping us with the garden, and Mo has been very good, I must say. He's been...
How'd you come across Mowing? How'd you find him?
Well, we could not find anybody who was cutting grass. So we got to the stage that my wife decided to ring up Jim's Mowing, and that's how Mo came.
Point of view, just a bit.
No, there is no question about it, that in terms of quality, it's well worthwhile, the difference, you know, because people are cutting grass for very precious little, you know, but they're not very good, you know. They're amateurs too about it.
I think like with someone who's...
Well, we enjoy this place, and we've been here, as I said, you know, since 1976. And my wife said that she's not moving from here.
It's a beautiful place.
And the garden has been really, it's my wife's joy, I must say, you know.
And was the garden something you guys planted over the years and
Yes.
chose different things?
Look, it's been changing. I mean, you would not recognize it from the time that we moved in here. I mean, there is that tree on the front. We had a big tree on the corner. We had 5 of them down here, you know, in the front. And they gradually died, and they had to be replaced.
What's your favourite part of the garden? Is there any particular plants you like in particular, or what's your favourite?
Well, you'd have to ask her.
To ask Shirley.
She's the one who's, as one would say, she who must be obeyed.
That's a beautiful. So how many jobs are you got more for today? Is it 4, or is it how many more jobs you want today?
So I think so. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We did 2.
Yep.
We're gonna have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 big jobs and 2 normals.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So one of the garden is for Adam. Adam has a huge garden, a huge area to mow, and he has a lot of trees as well that need to be trimmed. And he has a very interesting story as well about using with other contractors, other mowing people. He used to have people coming and do the place for the first time, and they promise him that they're coming on a regular basis after that, and they're not showing up.
Never rock up, yeah.
And even when he called me, he was like, look man, I've been suffering with these people. If you're not serious about coming on a regular basis, please don't come.
Yeah.
So I told him, man, we are looking after, I don't care about what other people doing. Maybe you didn't use someone from gyms before, and I don't even care about gyms as well. I'm very punctual, and I really care about my business, and this is what I'm doing. And I'm coming to you, and you're gonna be paying me money. So if I'm not coming, I'm gonna be the one who's losing, not you. So, and since then, step by step, he started. So I went the first time, and we did a big job to clean up because the garden was actually out of control. Yeah. And after that, we're going every 2 weeks to do the mowing. If we need something to be trimmed, hedging, cleaning, weeding, anything, we do it as well. And he's giving me the chance, like he's trusting me. So he told me, whatever you feel like, you're gonna do it today. So we have a base number, like he's paying me every 2 weeks, and everything I'm gonna add on every time, I'm gonna add it to the bill and send it to him. He's giving me the freedom to do the things, which is a good trust when someone's telling you, like, he's giving even me the passcode of his house, so it's good. You can't find many people like this anymore. This is about the reputation, but people are just like. And actually, it was funny because when he first trained the call center, he didn't want like anyone. He wanted the guy who is living in the same street with him. So there's another Jim's Mowing franchisee living on the same street with him.
Ah, right.
And he called to get this person.
Okay.
So he thought that when he called, they're gonna send him the closest one, which is his neighbor.
Yep.
But they sent this to me, which was good actually, because it was a good job.
What do you think the biggest misconception about being a Jim's franchisee is? Because there's a lot of misconceptions out there. Like people go, you know, you get charged 40% of whatever you make and this and that. So what do you think the biggest misconception is?
So the first thing that I really noticed, that people think that people are working as a gardener has no knowledge, not like horticulture knowledge, like they're not educated or they're not well known as having a degree or anything, like they're not smart enough there, so you're just doing a labor job, which is not true, because so far, like let's say 70 or 80% of the franchisees that I have met on the training or on whatever it is on the street, or even our colleagues in the same area, they are all well educated. Like some of them have bachelors, some of them have even masters. Some people was working in a very good position. Like there was some general manager, there was some police officers. There was a lot of like people who has a good position, but they're doing this for perspective of having a freedom and having a peace of mind and having a good vibes at work. Do you know what I mean? But for me, I have 2 bachelors, 2 diplomas, a master, and I started doing my PhD, but I postponed it a little bit now. And when I told him this, he told me, "Are you serious? So what are you doing? Why are you doing this?" I told him, "Because I like it."
And you nearly done your first year with, you know, I think 11 months in or something, I think. So how have you found the first year? Was it up to your expectations, or was it exceeded it, or?
I was expecting when I first started this, that the plan that I put it, okay, I'm just gonna start by myself for 2 years, understanding the business, going through everything and trying to settle down, build the base. And after 2 years, I'm gonna get someone to help me.
Yep.
And maybe in the 3rd year, if the thing's going well, I'm gonna get 2 people, put them on this trailer or in this car, and I have a new car, new trailer. Now it has been almost 10 months or almost 11 months. I started in March, maybe now like 10 or 11 months. I have my full-time worker, I have 2 casuals. I had my first car and I'm building my 2nd trailer, and maybe by the next June or July we're gonna get someone else. So Gabe and this guy's gonna be on this trailer and this car and go do the mowing for the regulars, and I'm gonna start a new business from the same base that I have. So for example, if I'm gonna have 150 or 200 regular customers that 2 people can serve, or 2 people can serve them, it's gonna be very easy for them to let go. The system is ready for them. They don't have to do any efforts. They're just gonna go follow the instruction that's on the application, send the invoice after they finish. Gabe is gonna be knowing what we do for this customer. He's gonna lead the other person. They're gonna get experience with what they're doing. They're gonna give me an income, and I'm gonna go by myself, start over again, building a new base of customers. And I'm really surprised when I find some people, I'm gonna do a split and just sell the split and get whatever 10 or 15 or 20 sell them in. If you're gonna get this split, for example, and make 4 or 5 splits and give it to 2 workers, okay, you're gonna get money of them forever. You know what I mean? Like every year is gonna give you a good income. And it doesn't matter you're paying extra tax or whatever, because at the end, even after you're paying the tax and paying the GST, you're still getting money for yourself and hiring 2 people, giving them salaries. So you open the road for 2 other people to have money. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I guess it's an interesting one, because some people, you know, want to do splits, and some people don't want to do that and just build up rounds, like, you know, Dan Cale and yourself. So is that your plan, is to build? You want to build as many teams as possible, or what's your sort of plan for expansion?
So far as I was planning, as I told you, I was planning to get my first employee after 3 years. But now I have started doing this already. But maybe within the first 2 years, like my next year is gonna be the 15 of March 2024. I think by this time I will be having at least 2 trailers and 2 cars with 4 employees on the road. At least. That's the plan now. If everything's going now as it is like right now, or even less, 20% less than that, it's gonna be alright to start over to build 2 more businesses.
So which one do you do here?
So this one here.
Yep.
So we just do the mowing. We come here every 3 to 4 weeks.
Yep.
She's a very nice lady, and we normally do the mowing, high pressure washing, cutting some trees if needs to be done, prune it, things like that. She's preparing the house to be sold as well.
Yeah.
So we will next time we will be doing some extra work for her, pruning and cutting trees to
No worries.
start. Oh yeah, so we're just doing mowing. So she's preparing we've been looking as a regular basis, and she's preparing the prepared for sale. So we're just trying to do some extra cleanup. Today we're just gonna do the mowing, edging for natural strip, the front and the back, and cleaning the weeds and poison it. And the next time we're coming, which is gonna be after 3 weeks, we're gonna do the hedging, pruning, and pruning the flowers as well. This is for the next time. So just today is mowing and regular base. So when I first got this place, actually the grass was over the concrete over there. So the grass was from here till there. So you couldn't see this barrier in the middle at all. And we had to cut this with the machine at least, I think we cut for 2 days, like two times 2 visits. We cut it from here at the edges just to make it this nice. Look at this, how straight it is. It's beautiful. So we're gonna go to Bentley East now. We're gonna do the job. It's a very small, tiny job. And then we're gonna be, after that, going to Brighton to do Adams.
When you hear the ethos and he talks about complaints, people sometimes are a bit half asleep, but it's as you said, it's completely serious, isn't it?
I was we were laughing about it.
Yeah.
I think 5 weeks ago, me and John Weil. So I've been and do this job, and it was actually like a beautiful garden, and we did very well. It took us like a day to finish the garden, and there was, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but seriously, it was 2 weeds,
Yep.
hidden behind a tree that I couldn't see. Okay, and I received this message 2 or 3 hours after I finished the job from the customer, which was like around 7 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. and I still have the message. And the customer sent me a message. Hey Mo, thanks for coming today, but I'm not very happy with the job because it's haven't been done in a proper way. So I asked her, why is this? She told me, I was going around and I found these 2 weeds behind the tree, and I was expecting that you're gonna take them. I told them, first of all, it's hidden. I haven't seen him, but anyway, I'll be coming to do it. So she was expecting me to go the next day. No, I went at her 7:30 p.m. and I took my car and I dig these 2 weeds out and I make her happy. And she was really surprised that I came at 7:30 to do it.
Is she still a customer of yours?
She's still my customer.
There you go. There you go.
Even I was talking with John about it the next day. Told him, Mo, are you okay? Told him, yeah, okay. I just had this customer and I was just a little bit like not believing it that this is happening actually. And I told me what's happened. I told him 1, 2, 3, and he told me, "Oh my gosh, man, you're gonna get heaps of this." So I just be like, "It's fine." Oh, we start laughing about it. He told me, "Mo, don't get upset because you're doing the right thing and go and fix it up." But I told him, "No, I'm not upset. It's actually, I will do it even if it's even smaller than that. I will still go and do it." But you know, when you go to the concept of the customer, a little bit of leaves on the window, some dust came somewhere. Just be careful with all these things. It makes a huge difference. That's why I was talking with Yatin, the guy who started with Jim's recently.
Yeah.
Don't give the customer more than what you have a deal for, because after 2 or 3 times, they're gonna expect that this is part of the deal. And actually, if you didn't do it, they're gonna be upset with you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So just do what you have to do. If you can give something more and you have more time, it's fine. But if you start doing something, you have to continue doing. Otherwise, it's gonna be like a little bit bad.
But as you said before, like, you know, dealing with customers can be challenging. But as you said, you'll get better with it. You know, we met some of your customers today. They seem really nice. So it's just something you got to learn.
Yeah, you're gonna need to know your customer, what's really actually makes him happy and what makes him upset, and if he's really very strict with his garden, he's easygoing. You know, I have some customer, if I forget something or I didn't do something, hey Mo, please the next time when you go there, do this or that. You forgot to do this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I have as a customer calling me very, like it's my regular, and they are very nice, but they are very strict and very like they care about their garden too much. So, hey Mo, we're really upset with this. Can you do this? I don't have it much, but sometimes it happens. You know what I mean? Especially in a busy day, like today is not very busy. So yeah, to continue talking about my first month. Yeah, so the first month I got around 25 5-stars. The first month, as I said, 111 leads, and I did this $27,500. I remember I called Des, my franchisor, told, hey Des, I did this money and I did these leads. He told me, Mo, you're a machine. I still remember his reaction. Well, you're a machine. I have, to my knowledge, I have never seen anyone in the history of gyms doing these numbers. I was like, okay, that's good. I think it's good. So yeah, it was a really good experience. I was very lucky that I haven't had any problem in the first month. Everything was going smoothly. Didn't have a problem with the trailer I was driving it. My customers that I got was absolutely nice to me. So yeah, everything was going right. I had some downs when I didn't know everything about the work and how to navigate it, but actually this was giving me the support. So all the time he's in touch with me, telling me that yeah, we can do this, we can do that. It's better if you did this, you know what I mean? He gave me all the things to start and to keep going in a nice way.
Yeah, so can you just talk for more people about that support? So if there was a job or something, or that someone asked you about something you weren't sure on, you just jump on the phone to him and he could give you an answer.
I'm gonna call John straight away now because this is not my franchise already, you know?
Yep.
So I call John, but normally if someone asks me a question that I don't know, I will say, I don't know how this works properly, but if you give me some time, I will find the answer for you and we can do it in a good way for you. So normally I'm gonna call John straight away, which is my franchisor, and your franchisor is gonna be the most knowledgeable in the business because he's always has experience as working as a franchisee. He gone through a lot, and he's going through a lot every day through other franchisees, asking him questions, going through other stuff, problems, success and things like that. So whenever I have a problem, I call John. I told you, I call John every day around 2-3 times. Sometimes if I have nothing, I get used to call him, so I call him in the morning. Hey Mo, what's up? I told him, no, I'm just missing you, mate. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a big feature, the franchisor. It's so important, and it's good support. And as you said, he's a fellow business owner, so he's got a good business and he knows exactly what you're going through. It's not someone just from head office. So,
especially if the franchisor having good attitudes.
Yeah.
Because some people, you know, they're gonna go through a lot of stresses through the day, and they have a problem, you know what I mean, with other stuff, you know. So sometimes they're not gonna be very open to answer your question or give you the proper quick response. But I was lucky with both of my franchisors.
They're both the trainers at the gym.
Yeah.
So you're very, very lucky. So one of the best regions to go into.
Yeah, so John actually, I have never called John and he didn't pick up the call. Let's say that 25% that he didn't pick up the call, he calling me back within, let's say, less than 5 minutes.
That's great, yeah.
Yeah, and he's always, hey Mo, discussing, and he's not just answering me quick because he want to end the call and do something else, you know. No, he's talking to me, which is giving me a lot of confidence actually, because I know when you have someone as a backup, one in your back that's gonna help you or try to let you go further with your business, you know that you have something.
And do you set yourself revenue targets every month, or how do you gauge your success, or what do you sort of?
I don't go lower than 20.
Yeah.
So the minimum, as I set my business after paying the salaries, after paying the tax, and after paying the GST, I get a good margin. But the minimum for everything after the expenses and services and everything is 20.
Yeah.
I think this is a very. I'm talking about myself. Some other people who's working alone and they don't have to pay what I have to pay. Yeah, that could be less 2,000, 3,000. I know some some franchisees are very happy with 2,500, 3,000 a week.
Yeah.
But they don't have much expenses as I have, so I think it's different from another franchisee owner. Yeah, but this is the minimum I think for me, which is.
And then you go your tax deductions and your business expenses you can claim, so you can claim.
This is what I'm talking to people. Some people, Mo, if you're doing more money, you're paying more tax. It's good because that means that you're doing money. If you pay more tax, you're paying money, and this is deductible. Like you can claim everything. You can claim the fuel. You can claim the tools. You can. So, for example, if you're doing $5,000 a week, or let's say 20 a month, and you're spending out of it the fuel, the GST and tax, and you're spending around, and the salary goes as well from the GST, the superannuation, and everything. So all these deductions, you're gonna find yourself paying less than 20% of your income in your revenue for tax, which is good as well. You have to pay something at the end of the day. I gotta be honest with you. I try to put a lot of expenses in my business, which is legal because the government give you the option. If you spend more, this is how gonna be deductible from your business. I do this. I get all the things that I need. Like I invest in tools, I invest in car, I invest in some other clothes for the business. You know what I mean? I invest in everything, and you do the right thing. And at the end of the day, the money you spend with the government is gonna come back to you in healthcare and roads, things like that. You know what I mean? So this is the house. We're just gonna make a U-turn and come back. This is Adam, the one that I told you about, that he had a problem with the franchisee. Not the franchisee, another
independent
people,
guy.
Independent guys that come in. This is Jim's guy as well here. Okay, so this is the garden that I'm really proud of.
Oh, nice. Beautiful driveway.
Yeah, it's beautiful driveway. He has a lot of plants that we look after as well. This hedge we are trying to maintain it a little bit bigger, so we shape it after that. The roses hasn't been pruned yet because we're gonna do it once the other stuff's done. So yeah, we come and do this every 2 weeks, mowing and look after and trim whatever we can do. So today we're just coming for the mowing. We're gonna do some hedging and shaping for the plants around the entrance. We're gonna clean the leaves.
Is there a lemon tree at the front?
Sorry?
Lemon tree there as well?
Oh yeah, this is a lemon tree one. So as you can see when you come this area, when I first got this was all empty. There was a tree here that has been taken off and there was no grass here. We start fertilizing it, we start giving it more water just to let it grow and cover it, especially when kikuyu start covering everything. So it started getting a one piece right now, which is really, really good. When I first got this one as well, all these barriers here and the bricks has a lot of weeds growing, and we had to cut it and poison it for 3 times just to get rid of all leaves. So this was actually all green, the driveway, plus the island in the middle was overgrowing here till here. We had to use the machine to cut it all and make it one line. Thank you, Siri. And yeah.
So with the customer though, how do you so just from the layman perspective, so like you meet the customer and the customer says, maybe did the customer tell you everything they wanted? Did you offer it, or how did it all work? Yeah, so what happened is, as I told you, this job, especially Adam was having a problem with other people coming and not showing us back, showing up again. So we had a look around first what we need to be done. We offered him, would you like to do this in a regular service and maintain what we can maintain? So instead of paying a big bill in the first, we can cut it into 5-6 payments by doing a regular service every 2 weeks and do something every 2 weeks. So we have a small bills. Or you want to do a cleanup and then do a regular service and go on after that. He was actually very generous that he won't say, no, just clean everything up, make it nice, and we start again. So when we first arrived, as I told you, there was no low-heen. A lot of weeds was going through the whole garden beds. I'm gonna show you the back as well. So this part, there was no actually access. So there was overgrowing plants everywhere, going through here till the top, going through the gate, everything here. This was all covered with weeds growing through the concrete. And we had to poison it, clean it up and make it, there was no access. Look, you wouldn't be able to walk through this. So we have cleaned this again and we tried to make it
and maintain it in a nice way. Clean, I prune some of the trees around just to make it look nice. I'm gonna show you the back as well. This is the back garden here. Everything was overgrowing to the lawn, and that's why we didn't have a lot of lawn here, because there was no sun reaching the soil, so we lost a lot. Now it's growing back actually. There was all just soil. It's growing back, it's getting better. This was full of weeds, so we tried to maintain as much as we can this area, and this part in the back was very, very overgrowing. And actually was turning into be yellow, so we had as well to fertilize it and looking after it, cutting in a decent shape and trying to make it look nice. As you can see the weeds was growing through the bricks over here. This was actually everywhere, like every centimeter you're gonna find a lot of weeds growing. That's always covered with weeds. So yeah, this is what we did. So the last bit in the back, the last area that has a little bit yellow back, this was swimming pool actually.
Cool.
Yeah, they covered, and I made a water tank down there. So I have this pipe now.
Yeah. There you go.
Now we're just gonna do some stuff. We're gonna clean the edging. First, we're gonna shape the plants. Gonna do these 2 hedges. We're gonna do the rose tree the next time, not this time.
Yeah, so you do a bit of pruning as well. Do you want to maybe talk about the pruning and your process with that?
Yeah, look, this one, I haven't done anything for this one since I got this property. I haven't even done anything yet. I just want to touch it right now. I want to leave it for maybe 1 more month or something like that. Just I want to make it all together in one time, and I just want to, because it's not going to grow back now, just at least it's looking a little bit better and green. And
you do some shaping on the hedges there?
We shaped this has been shaped 4 weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
And look how it's growing fast.
It's growing that quick, yeah.
Yeah, this has been done 4 weeks ago, and we have to do it again today.
Wow.
So this one, we're gonna shape it today, make it look nice.
That's gonna be good footage of the hedging. That's gonna be good. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. So we're gonna do this now. We're gonna get the tools. I'm gonna do this for you now.
Awesome.
I'll see how it's gonna go.